Obviously, Antarctica comes in this last place, but no one lives there, so it doesn't really matter, hopefully. However, on the sixth place, there is Australia, which experiences a really rare situation as a country is a whole continent, which has a 7.6 million square kilometer size and the 25 million people. Australia is just nearly smaller than Europe, while its population is close to the mid-sized European countries, which makes Australia with a tons of free land. Its population density is 3.12 per square kilometer. And also, in case of Australia, we shouldn't forget about geography, as the huge part of it is actually a desert, which is, as we discussed, not really livable. On the next places, we have South America and North America, which are close to a draw actually. And this is really exciting as they economically improved very differently. However, historically, they all were ruled by Europeans, so this actually makes their civilization younger, except the natives, but that's a hard conflict. The continents have similar population. North America is 522 million people, while South America is 422.5 million people. And there is no much difference in size either. The weird situation, however, is coming in with the development, while South America mostly have stage 2 and 3 nations, and North America is more to be a stage 4. The living standards are higher in North America and the technological development as well. But why is that? While the natural factors affected both continents to live mainly in huge cities, the economical growth was way higher in North America. Historically, the US experienced an enormous economical growth thanks to winning 2 world wars and theoretically the Cold War as well. And so it was so huge that it has never seen before. So we can actually say history made it this way. And South America has to face its economical problems, while North America will have to get ready for aging population. So let's move on to Africa. This continent is the most threatened by overpopulation and poverty. And so they experienced a very bad historical past, and as well they didn't really get a good economics for that or either good natural factors, which made Africa's situation miserable. Africa has a 30 million square kilometer size and also roughly 1 billion people. The population density is 33.66 per square kilometers, so it isn't that huge, but it is still one of the most affected areas. Also again, just like in Australia, we have to mention that half of the continent is a desert and a huge area is a rainforest, which are not livable. Africa's population density is highly densited in specific areas and in specific small areas. As a result, they are overpopulated. As well, Africa has countless ethnicities, and as you remember, a nation can prefer separation, and Africa is mostly separated to its ethnicities. And this bonds us with a low education and quality of life, which makes high birth rates and death rates. So African countries are mostly in stage 1 or 2 in development. It's low development also due to the European colonization. And poor, low developed nations will see a demographic boom. And this is what threatens Africa more, because it is estimated that its population will grow 3 times bigger by the end of this century, which we have zero idea what kind of catastrophes it can cause to this continent. And here is Europe, which has been developing one of the longest times. And so Europe has already experienced the demographic booms, and so its society is mostly in stage 4 or stage 5, which makes European nations highly densified. Also, Europe is a small continent, but with a population of 738 million people. The population density here is 72.51 per square kilometer, which is more than 2 times of Africa's. European countries have mostly aging populations, which is the major problem which they have to figure out. As countries here are in stage 4 or stage 5, the society and technology is one of the most advanced in the world here. And lastly, here is our giant Asia, which actually everybody hears about how it is overpopulated and especially over-densited. But this is happening in just specific areas of Asia, as there is again huge deserts, taiga or tundra biomes there. And so we can find stage 1 to 5 nations in Asia. So it actually combines all the problems that they can cause. Because while India is around stage 2 or 5, Japan faces the same problems as Europe. Asia is 43 million square kilometers and its population is around 4 billion people, which firstly seems like it could even be distributed well. But when you see how India has 1.4 billion inhabitants and China has 1.3 billion, you can quickly see the problem here. People live unevenly here, and adding to this fact, the society of India and China mostly are in stage 3, which makes the educational growth low and the economical one high. And so it is estimated that its population will rise for a certain time and then rapidly go down, especially policies like the one child policy in China. And as the largest continent and as the most densified continent, Asia has a population density of 95.03. Well, so Earth has the problem of population density not because we do not have enough space on Earth, but because we are unevenly distributed. And so we are uneven territorially, economically, socially, and politically as well. The key solutions are in birth control, education, economics, urban planning, and environment. However, these are just words, these sound so easy, but in reality, this is the toughest challenge which humanity faces with, or at least one of the toughest. And what you can do is actually spreading the word on the word. Because this was all for today. And if you liked it, then subscribe, and also to get notified, check the bell icon. You can leave your comments here and the share would be really appreciated. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And so, as usual, see ya after the blackout.